Hey, good morning, Forex traders, and welcome to my morning Forex trading show. It's Tuesday, January 27th. Coming up, I'm going to talk about the key fundamentals this morning, and I'll focus on my reads on the euro and pound. Before I do that, I'm sure that many of you will be interested in something that I just released. People who've watched it really like it, but you'll have to decide for yourself. I have a new video, and you can see me reading the market in real time. That means you can watch me tell you what I'm looking for. Then you see that unfold. And I'll tell you everything I'm going to do before I do it. Also in the video, you'll hear from traders that I've coached who are now making consistent profit. And then I'll explain how they were able to do that step by step. So you might like that video. And at the end, I have a free trial offer, which we've never had before. We're going to do that for just a little bit and see how it works. So if you've thought about getting some coaching, it's thousands of dollars and you get to kind of try it out for a little while for free. So we're going to give that a try and see how it goes. But let me show you how to access that. It's really simple. When you're playing this show, and you might have to reload it to do this, when you play the show, make sure you click be part of the conversation right here. And then what will happen is it'll load these links over here on the right. And so you want to click on Learn to Trade Forex, and that'll take you to that video. Again, give me some feedback on that. Write to me, Vance at Forex Art of War. And also you can follow me on Twitter here if you want to get, announcements about when this show starts. So that's about that. Let's move on. As I was saying to the team yesterday, I do these shows primarily. I was going to stop doing them because they're time consuming, but they really give me such a competitive edge, forcing me to read the markets and draw my conclusions very quickly. And then, kind of stand up and say, hey, here's what I see. It really benefits me in my own trading. So that's why I'm continuing to do it. So let's just kind of get into what's happening today. Again, what I do here is for your educational purposes only. In fundamentals, we have data coming out of the U.S. Let me see if I can bring up a page on that. Some of you may not be aware that I publish information on forexartofwar.com, High Impact Tuesday. So if you click on that, you'll see the information that I think is going to be meaningful for the day and how meaningful. And a lot of times I'll write some really key fundamentals in the evening before you even go into London session. So. But here we can see the pound information has already come. We've got core durable goods out of the U.S. at 8:30 and a couple of pieces of data related to consumption around 10 a.m. I think the 10 a.m. data is probably more significant. Now, typically, lately we just wouldn't really pay much attention to this data at all. We definitely would pay attention to it, but it just wouldn't factor into our decisions much. But all of the major market movers that are usually taking place, what will this bank say? What will that bank say? What will Greece do in their elections? That's kind of all off the table now. And so we're in a period right now where this information actually matters. Well, how's the economy really looking? And so I think this data here would be influential this particular morning. And that's one thing to know about Forex trading. You need to be able to read what's happening right now, what the factors are that are going to influence the market now. It's a very fast-moving world. And I try to make sure that our traders have the ability to read that and provide a lot of that information myself. All right, so let's get back over here, see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Well, I mean, people like me to touch on the major bank trades. I don't like mentioning their names because I'm not sure how that will play out in terms of liability and things like that. But I go into who the banks are. These are all the major banks. I could name them. You could name them. But I go into their names and details during our private member area where the information's not just like thrown out there publicly. But one of the major banks did get their order filled on the euro. They were looking for an order at 11300 that was filled, and then one of the others orders was missed, which was at 1357. These are two of the top producers, so they're kind of looking for the best place to sell and get on the next leg down. Now they're not paying attention so much to market conditions. They're just trading their plan. So, this might actually move up here. One of their stops is up above, just above 1,400. The one that's entered down here at 1,300. Let me see. I might be talking too fast. The one that entered at 1,300 has a stop just above 1,400, but they're aiming for 600. This one may not end up working out too well for them. We'll see, because the market's in a correction right now. I'll go into more in the member room later about the major banks. One of the things I do want to mention is, again, don't trade based upon this information I'm giving you. There are 21 banks we're following, and none of them trade the same. And not only that, this is only this bank that's entered it here and entered it there. This is only one of their strategies, one of their entry points based upon what they see. So for goodness sakes, don't try to copy them based on what I tell you. Okay, so let's talk about the buyer and seller behavior on the charts. What do we want to go to first? Let's go to the euro. Let's start with the euro. The euro has been correcting, okay? And if we were to kind of identify a real sweet spot for a real correction, it's going to be around this area, 1370, around 50% of this last major move down. And it could go even higher, just have to watch and see how the intraday money is turning and moving. But it's funny, even this little teeny tiny range here, how big is that yesterday afternoon? Well, that's only about 25 pips. But what we've seen here is we're seeing that the intraday money, the money that's committing and that's available for moving in and out of the markets over a 1 or 4 day period, it's definitely moving up. But when it moves up, and I'm speaking specifically to the people in the training program that I work with, you got to remember that those sellers were camped out at 113.50, so you get a much bigger push back. For example, we would expect this to go up, pull back, and push again, but it pulls back farther and really doesn't make a very strong second push. And that's just because it just happens to be in that neighborhood where there were a lot of sellers. Like that one major bank was, well, there were several that were camped out in here. So the thing about the euro right now, because of this huge drop, let me come out to a 4 hour. Because of this, look at this huge drop. Traders don't want to miss out on any more of these drops. And so they're going to be, putting a little bit of risk here, a little bit of risk there. They're going to be trying to catch this next move down. Not even thinking much about buying at all. It's just like, where are they going to sell? Especially the bigger money. They're thinking, where are we going to sell? And so even though it's bullish right now intraday, and they're buyers, you keep running into these sell orders that are placed throughout here. And, that's an important thing to keep in mind. Let's see what else. Well, right now, in terms of what our team should look for, is look for a move above 1338. How far does it have to go to get there? Oh, quite a few pips. So this is a very strong movement up and down. That's like from that top, that's 81 down. It just looks like a small move, but it's 81 from there to there. So you're getting probably some seller stops getting hit in here, and then some new sellers repositioning, and at the same time, you've probably got quite a number of these people just doing some profit taking as well. So just want to point out that 80 pips up and 100 pips up and 80 pips down is just kind of unusual. Especially in such a short period of time. So keep that in mind. Let's drop down to the 5 minute again and take a look at this. Yeah, I'd like to see a move above 33.70. But you know what? This euro could turn and head back down. If I sound uncertain about the market right now, I don't think anybody knows if it's going to go up or down right now. As this was driving up, I'd have been looking for a place to get on and maybe catch a little profit against this move. As it's moving down against the intraday money, I wouldn't have been thinking about selling. So It looks like this area right here, just kind of ignoring this few minutes that it went up and down and just kind of sticking with this area. It looks like this is a pretty good area of support right here. So price will need to get down through there to even think about continuing down here. All right, so the pound is actually more interesting this morning. You can see I've marked out 51.11. That's actually a key level that price where the buyers are actually advancing. And let's see what we had happen here. Okay, while I was putting together some notes for the show, you can see price moved up, pulled back to 38.2 and took off again. So this is exactly the pattern that we look for. Chopped here and then took off here. So let's draw another fib from the new wave start point here. This is where this new wave began to advance. Let's also quickly take a look at the strength of it. It's good, about 24.9. Again, they're running into some sellers up there. It's been very bullish. That's not anything to be too afraid of, but you got to know you need to get in at a better price. And a better price might be right around now. So for those in our group that are watching, this might be, trade your plan and look for an entry, right in here. I'll keep an eye out for any news. I think we have the Fed. I can't remember if it's Wednesday or Thursday, but definitely I'll look that up and be talking about that in the high impact data later today, and possibly, well, for sure I'll mention it on tomorrow's show. Again, just to show you guys, let me bring that back up again. Where is it? Right here. Again, to see that link, I'll have it up in more places in a couple of days. We just released it, but to find that link to that special video, you'd have to click on Be Part of the Conversation, and then you'll see the link. It says Learn to Trade Forex. Well, that's it for now. I was up really early this morning. I thought about going back to sleep, then I thought, who knows what surprises I'll find. I'll just get up and take a nap later. Well, anyway, you guys, hope you got something worthwhile out of the session this morning. I'll meet with our team in about an hour and a half. You guys have a great one. Thank you.